My pleasure to present these awards for high school band. The first award that we'll be presenting is the Semper Fidelis Band Award. This is given, if you know the Marine Corps saying, always faithful, Semper Fi. Any Marines in the audience here today? All right, there you go, good. All right, well, Semper Fi means always faithful, and this is a student. This award is voted on by the students, as are many of these awards, given to a student that's always faithful to the band, somebody that is spirited and always willing to help, always willing to be the person that people can look to as a role model, as an example, as a positive person. And this person meets these descriptive words as good as anybody I can think. Very well voted on by the band. This year's Semper Fidelis Award goes to Katie Bramble. I'm sorry, I presented the wrong thing. I started off really good. The award I talked about was the spirited person. That was the Alan Hoon Spirit Award. So, Katie, as I'm looking at the plaque, I had a night of no sleep working on a video, and I'm going to use that as an example. I'm sorry. So, Katie, I'll tell you what, why don't you come up here again and receive the Alan Hoon Spirit Award. And now the Semper Fidelis Band Award. Yeah. All right. So the Alan Hoon Spirit Award was actually given in memory of a student that passed away in 1999. But all of those things describe that award as well, as far as spirited, and Katie does meet that as well. The Semper Fidelis Award, however, is given to a student that is not only spirited, but also somebody that is first chair in their section, and then also somebody that the description is somebody that could play a solo with the band, and this person has played many a solo with the band, and has also done some other things in front of the band as a leader, as a drum major. And this year, the Semper Fidelis, the real Semper Fidelis Band Award, goes to Caroline Michelson. The next award is voted on by the Jazz Ensemble. It's the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award. It's given to a student that is not only talented and works extremely hard in the area of jazz, but it's also somebody that goes above and beyond in the area. This person, at every single rehearsal that we had, was there, and not only that, had came in beforehand and set up the room with whatever setup we were going to rehearse in that day. This person is extremely dedicated. It's been awesome to see how much he's grown over the last 4 years. This year, the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award goes to Matt Davenport. And finally, before we go on to the marching awards, the John Philip Sousa Band Award is voted on by the students again, and this is given to a student that is the overall best musician in the eyes of the band. This year was very overwhelming, how much the students think of this person. This person is extremely talented, joined later in her career as a band student, and then just took things to an incredible level by even participating in the all-state band. And it's my great pleasure to present this award to Alina Murphy. every year the directors decide on Marchers of the Year, and we used to give it to one male and one female, and then it got to be very difficult because we have such amazing leaders in the band. This year, giving it to 4 students, and yeah, it's a little bit tough. Each person, so I'm not keeping you in the hot MP all day, but I want to tell you a little bit about each person. This person has been somebody that, again, just like I mentioned before with Matt, was somebody that works extremely hard, shows up early, is dependable, great role model, and a great leader as an example, and as somebody that gives great and positive instructions on the field. The first Marcher of the Year is, again, Matt Davenport. The next one is, I would say, the most talented tuba player that we have. I have no idea who this would be. That's come through Finneytown, and a real go-getter, and somebody that's naturally talented, but also a great and positive role model to his young squadlings. And he had some young ones this year too. So this one, Marcher of the Year, goes to Ken Bowman. He did used to play the trombone, it's true, but he made the right switch. $20,000 in scholarship money later. All right. The next Marcher of the Year is somebody that I would describe as one of the best leaders that a lot of times doesn't get the credit, because she's not somebody that flaunts it. She's not somebody that goes around and tries to make an impression on people what a great leader she is. She's just a natural leader, a natural good person. And I think that's the best thing about this person. This person was a co-section leader, and then somebody that just people looked up to and wanted to be like her. And I've learned a lot from her as well as a person, and that's Jennifer Besserman. And last but not least, this person, I'm sure everybody's sure who it is, but every time this person got up as band president and talked to the band, I got tears in my eyes and became inspired. And if I was having a tough day, one day Phil was the guy, there I gave it away, oh well. Phil was the guy that would always pick me back up whether he knew it or not. His positive example on the field from when he was an 8th grader was absolutely amazing, and it continued all the way through 5 years, which is a huge accomplishment. One of the best leaders that we've ever had in my 12 years here. I respect him a great deal, Phil Reinhardt. One final thing that I want to recognize some very special people. This year we had was the 5th year that the marching band went to state in a row and received a superior rating at state marching band finals. And the students that were in 8th grade, the first year we did that, as seniors this year, have experienced superior ratings every single year they've been in band, all 5 years. And so I want to give them a special plaque. And it says their name. It says 5 consecutive years of superior ratings, OMEA State Marching Band Finals. The first, why don't you all come up here, and I'll read them as you come up here. Matt Davenport, Caroline Michelson, Mallory Barkasy, Ken Bowman, Phil Reinhardt, Jennifer Besserman, and Katie Beer. Mr. McKee and the choir
The first award I'd like to give out tonight is an award that we established probably about 3 years ago, and it's similar to the Alan Kuhn Spirit Award. It's something that was a tradition of where I went to high school at Glen Estee, and so I decided that, you know, it's an important award to be giving out to the Finneytown High School folks as well. And that's the Esprit de Corps Award, and that is French. It basically means, translated as Spirit of the Body. And this is something that was directly voted on by the students. And we had phenomenal leadership this year. And so before I hand this out, I would just like to recognize really quickly this year's officers. President Katie Bramble, if you guys would stand. Vice President Caroline Michelson. Women's Chorus Secretary Bree White. Men's Chorus Secretary Tyron Warner. And Chorale Secretary Darius Chappell. So I'd just like to say thank you to them. Leadership comes in very many forms, and this student this year exhibited an amazing amount of leadership and spirit when things were very challenging at times. This student was positive and only really spoke up when they felt that the situation warranted it, and when they spoke, everybody was quiet. This student always was a source of help and inspiration to me. Came up with ideas when they weren't asked for, and just all around, it's just been a fantastic student. And so this year's Esprit de Corps Award goes to Choir President Katie Bramble. The next award is the National School Choral Award, and I'll just read you briefly the certificate. It says, in recognition of singular merit, ability, and achievement of outstanding contributions to the success of the school vocal program and of an unusual degree of loyalty, cooperation, and high qualities of conduct. I think all of us, we enjoy handing these out each year because each one of us, when we were in high school, received these awards. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But this student this year, I should say, for all the years this student has been in music, it has been a complete... to say that this student has been a source of inspiration would be a gross understatement. This student has overcome obstacles. This student has just never given up and has always just made an impact on our program when you wouldn't expect it. I really don't know how to describe how proud I am of this student because she's just been absolutely amazing. This award is something that the students give me input on, but I ultimately decide, and every year the students always seem to choose the one I had in mind. And there was without a doubt in my mind this year that the National School Choral Award goes to Abby Bowling. This time, Ms. Johnson will present the National School Orchestra Award. There was a typo in the program. Our officers for next year are President Katie Connell and Vice President Jeffrey Grogan.
As some of you may know, this has been a very interesting year in the orchestra program because we started a new program with our electric orchestra. And part of the reason that we started that was to kind of change the vision of what orchestra is about. But there are some people who've been there through their entire career here in Finneytown who have kept kept with the program, stayed loyal, stayed true, given 110%, even on days when it's hard. And I have to say that makes this group of people very, very special. I have one senior this year who has been with me all 8 years. And this senior, as Mr. McKee said, has been an inspiration. Through her, I have met a new friend who has helped me learn how to Braille music and how to read Braille music. Through her, I have learned about doing your best even when it's not easy. Through her, I have heard some beautiful music. Would you please congratulate Abby Bowling, National School